I should be live right now. My camera is right here today. Sorry if it's disingenuous that I'm sitting so far away from the camera. Anyways, assuming that I am live. Hi everyone. Today I decided to go live because, I don't know, I figured DissociaDID in the past has had hiatuses, and because they seemingly left without telling us where they're going, which is valid, you know, I kind of want to go into about not parasocial relationships, but just, you know, expecting someone to tell you when they're leaving. However, I don't know. I can also empathize with the fact that, like, it's also not cool maybe to just leave the internet without telling your fans who are, you know, rightfully worried. I feel, I don't know. But anyways, I just wanted to say that everything I'm going to say in this video is totally alleged. And because, first of all, I have such struggles. Oh my gosh, hello Jordan, hello Elise, hi BB Quartz, hi An Alternative Perspective. I'm actually kind of on time, right? So, I don't know. I figured we could just go back. First of all, I wanted to talk about their hiatus right now. Because why are they on a hiatus? I don't know that anybody knows. There could be multiple reasons, but then we might go back in time and kind of talk about, maybe I can like talk closer to, I just got my tonsillectomy 7 days ago and I can talk again. So that's always exciting. And then, you know, because I'm trying to figure out how many hiatuses they had. You know, I know they had one for sure after the whole TP situation, and then they like struck Granddad's Lounge. And I guess we'll get into it, but all of these influencers online, people with DID, they came forward and said, like, the way that we were treated by DissociaDID allegedly was not cool, right? And DissociaDID took that as like a smear campaign, and then they were like, I'm not a part of the DID community anymore. And then they took some time off. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, right? This is on here, but it says, like, DissociaDID said, we needed to teach the haters a lesson by saying that my trigger warning, you know, in this video for Unalive, there's so many trigger warnings I could possibly use, honestly. That I needed to teach my haters a lesson by saying that it was their fault that I had an Unalive attempt, which is a whole thing because I don't know, I can't see a world where I understand how people's actions could make you, I don't know, it's basically manipulative to tell someone that it's their fault that you attempted. It's 8 p.m. there. Yeah, sorry, you guys. I had a slight issue because it was raining. That was my issue. And I needed to go outside to walk my neighbor's dog because you needed to know that. So, anyways, first I want to talk about their current hiatus. Maybe we should have talked about and then we'll talk about the things leading up to the hiatus regarding their well-being and why I think they're safe. And shout out to the DissociaDID Reddit. I honestly would say refer to them before me because, like, this is where I'm getting my resources. And also the leaf blowers are here today. So that's all. I know that you guys love when that happens. So I've been thinking about their well-being because how long have they been radio silent? I feel like they've been gone for, can you hear me? They've been gone for like, oh my God, it's been almost like 100 days or something. They've had a birthday, Libra fam, and we have heard nothing. People are reaching out to other people, to other systems that are friends with them, and they're having to confirm that they're okay. I swear it's a curse. Oh, you're so sweet. Take a break if you need it. Don't feel guilty about drinking water. Do more than usual while you're talking to us. Keep your throat hydrated. Thank you. That is so sweet. I was like, I can talk now, so I will. And it's as long as it's not hurting, they said it's fine. We could talk more about my tonsillectomy later. Gang gang. I've been thinking about their well-being, so I did a quite morbid thing and looked up some, what is this? Obituary?
obituaries?
I didn't find any for their name. So I do assume they're safe. As for why they're not posting, I hope that they're in psychiatric care. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it kind of weird to theorize about where they are? I guess not, because they're like a public figure. But I just feel bad for all of her fans. I do too, because I don't know. I mean, I feel like if I disappeared off the internet, a lot of you guys would be like, okay, she's probably fine. But, you know, you might worry or something, especially if in the past, you know, you have had such attempts and stuff. But that would be a theory, is that they are in psychiatric. Thank you. I am speaking well. Honestly, the worst part is as I have these horrible... He's almost done. I have these horrible, like, bruises. No, I'm kidding. That's not the worst part. Some people say, like, tonsillectomies are the most painful thing, but it was bad, but it wasn't, like, anyways, that's why you came to this live. So, there are no obituaries online, so that is good. There are other theories, because they did go offline not conveniently, but right after their whole stalker thing. Had I waited 5 minutes, 5 minutes. With peace and love, though, you know what I mean? As much as I heavily dislike DissociaDID, I hope they're safe, and I'll withhold speculation for their absence. Yeah, I mean, the other thing is, like, they maybe had been dating TP this whole time, and now is when they had gone through a breakup, because DissociaDID has been open about having BPD before, and when you have BPD, you can have this idealization and devaluation of someone, and kind of like, if you know what's going on with Janelle Evans right now from Teen Moms, the way that they will say, like, nothing, that person could do no wrong, basically, even though, like, Janelle Evans' husband was, like, neglecting his... Anyways, but you know what I mean? It's like, there is nothing that this person could have done wrong, and they literally said in the 4-hour live stream they would die on a hill that it wasn't SEXUAL CP that TP was drawing. If you're not following, good. But, and then something else that irked me, I'm sure irked you, is like when DissociaDID said that it was only teenagers. And I'm sure, like, I'm so sorry if this is triggering, because it's like, what are you implying? Like, what is that implying? You know exactly what that's implying, that it's not as bad when it happens to teenagers. Like, that's disgusting. I can't empathize with that at all. Hey, another theory. She's finally got bored of faking DID for clout. The charade has to end eventually. All narcissists self-destruct at some point. Hey, you know, that's another theory. Another thing I have is, like, with this whole court thing, the last thing I remember going on with this whole Voldemort case, we call him, with SER, whatever, you know who I'm talking about, that they kept needing more and more money for the court case. And then when they finally started to actually not meet their goal, because a lot of these people asking their parents for money, and it's like, their parents are like, you're not giving you any more money, or people are waking up to the fact that they could be having ulterior motives or something. And after that, they also disappeared. Some people are saying that they went on vacation, but they can't, because they can't say that online because they say they're agoraphobic. But yeah, I mean, I definitely hope they're safe, you know, obviously. It lines up with the timeline of the Crown Court case. I looked at a few other cases, and it looks like from Crime Committed, the trial was about... Yes, thank you. And then, this is unrelated, but... And then also they had a stalker show up at their house, allegedly. Some people are questioning whether that happened or not. I don't know. I wasn't there. I will entertain both sides. When it first came out, I was like, I'm not going to fake claim that happening. But at this point in time, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if it happened or not, and if they lied about it, that sucks. However, I feel like in the past they have exaggerated things that have happened, and then when the evidence comes forward, you can tell that they're exaggerating. Like when they call all of these friendships abuse, and then you go back and it's actually the friend was literally just defending themselves. But whatever, I'm over it. Yeah, and we'll talk about how they're still continuing to make money even through this hiatus. However, I heard that if you stop uploading for 6 months, then you lose your monetization, which for DissociaDID would be horrible because they're making a lot of money by just people rewatching their videos, right? No, he's coming back. He's coming back. And then another theory is that the legal system told them to be quiet on social media, which would be interesting because even if it was for the whole stalker thing or it was for the court case, why were they posting online about, like, I'm so happy they're in jail now? And you consider how dangerous that could be. Like, what if that person finds out while they're in jail? There's ways to find, or in prison or whatever. And that could be harmful to you. Anyways, it's interesting. If I were to guess, I'd say their legal team probably told them to be quiet on social media. Well, it would make sense. I assume their legal team would have advised them to take down the shoot the messenger video. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things were going on before then. I feel before DissociaDID hiatus, like they were starting to... DissociaDID calls it manic, but when it's not mania when you have BPD. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but you cannot experience mania with BPD, and the fact that they've been going to like counseling or therapy for years now, and they don't know that is interesting, and they study a lot of psychology, but it's fine. Not the biggest issue here. I reckon that they will stay silent until the 6-month mark like they did last time. Thank you for answering that, because I feel bad because I feel like I should be the one giving you the information, but I don't know how long their last hiatus was. And if it was 6 months, like you're saying, that's hysterical because that's when you lose monetization. So it's called euphoria in BPD. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, you would think they would have advised her of that a long time ago, but it's probably fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is just kind of going over the court case. Would it be so bad if they didn't come back? It's bad, I know, especially for their fans, but we have all been saying for a while now on this thread, everyone's sentiment is they should cut the act and apologize for their future and mental health. Maybe, just maybe, they took some time away and realized that's not how they want to be living. Hey, I mean, it doesn't seem likely to me though, because it's like, why are we, this thing keeps happening where DissociaDID will go on a hiatus and then they'll come back as a new alter. Last time it was Kaya. I don't know if DissociaDID had a hiatus after the integration with Nin to become Nin. So people are saying, like, for sure when DissociaDID comes back, there's going to be a new alter. There's going to be blaming for more stuff. It's going to be fun. So they just disappeared again. Yeah, we'll get into that because even before completely disappearing, they were still reposting things, which says, actually, that's intriguing because that says to me that they couldn't post due to some kind of court thing, because I cannot fathom, okay, I can fathom why DissociaDID would leave the internet. There's like a psychology behind it where you want people to wonder where you are and worry about you, which was kind of what DissociaDID admitted to last time, which we'll go over. But all right, we're done with that one. What happened to DissociaDID? I haven't been here for a while now. But is it confirmed that she's faking her DID diagnosis? Yeah, that's another theory, because DissociaDID like uploaded a video where they were like, I have this DID diagnosis right here. They showed all of their scores, and the scores were over malingering. Like, I have this tab open because it's that's the same tab. Which, oh, well, I'm a lot more disorganized than I originally thought. Oh, here we are. So these were DissociaDID scores, and anything over, I can't say a specific number right now, but, because I don't know, but anything over an X number is classified as exaggerating or malingering. There's a lot of studies that have to be done, but basically DissociaDID did an at-home test, like, you know how those tests are. Or not at home, but you can go into the clinic and just fill out these questionnaires about your own experiences. And then the Pottergate Center did not diagnose them, even though that's the one that DissociaDID shows so much. And then they claim that they were diagnosed twice, again by, what was it, the NHS? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know that stuff. But anyways, and so they don't share that diagnosis, though, which is interesting. I don't know. Because that would have been the most valid diagnosis, because this diagnosis was just a suggestion that you should go get a diagnosis or something to that extent. Wait, what? Stopping would ruin her life, career, and reputation forever? I don't know. I mean, I can fathom some, I mean, how much of a background check will they do? Yeah, you know, they do share their first and last name on the internet. Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't know. Someone said, like, what if they just apologized for everything and then they just started making makeup videos? So people are saying, what happened to DissociaDID? Well, it could be because in their last video, they showed their diagnosis and test scores, which shows they scored as someone who is faking DID. Someone else, I won't say who it is because I don't want like drama, but they also shared their DID diagnosis, and their diagnosis was 100% for DID, 100%, and then it was like 0% for PTSD, which is impossible? I don't know if it's impossible. You know what I'm saying. That's interesting. Then why would she upload it? Yeah, that was my thing. I was like, is she going to take that down? I think I already have these tabs, though. Oh, no, I didn't. But yeah, this is basically just talking about, okay, the DES says a score over 60 is indicative of a faker. Kaya finally did it. Kaya got an 86. That's a malingerer. Imitative DID territory. I can't believe Kaya made this mistake. Oh my God. This is the most severe case of DID I've ever seen. And then there's this screenshot we all love. How to know if someone is malingering DID. They have a diagnosis, okay, you guys get the point, of over 60. So I cannot believe they gave those suspiciously high numbers of their assessment without realizing how ridiculous they are. Numbers way outside of average scores. So she goes in with an agenda of getting a diagnosis and then reports unheard amounts of dissociation in the questionnaire and conveniently provides child alters for the therapist for the Pottergate Center. Just, yeah, this is all alleged. Like I say, I wasn't at the Pottergate Center. I don't know Remy. Actually, he was in the chats though. He was on the Reddit, which was crazy. I wish I could actually pull that up. With barely anything to assess other than her self-report. And then also, I don't know, people, maybe they don't, but I feel like they conveniently forget about these things, such as DissociaDID had a YouTube channel when they were trying to get a diagnosis from Pottergate, and they had their fans pay for it. So even back then, they were asking for money. I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would ask you guys for money for that. You know, like, I don't know, I feel like you guys would all unsubscribe. I don't know, it just feels kind of, whatever. perfect recall of number of session. Yeah, and that's the funny thing is selective amnesia. DissociaDID is able to recall outstanding things for a person with DID, such as the number of sessions, conversations in detail, despite claiming to be going through mental health breaks, blackouts, severe amnesia. Yet this story is perfectly linear with no proportions of it missing. No, I don't know what happened. Wait. Except for things on the timeline. Yeah. So there's no report of DissociaDID missing on the internet, you know. No report of Chloe missing exists on the internet. That's why I don't think she's in therapy. I mean, if you guys are like in therapy or you've ever been to therapy, no judgment, you kind of like, there's things that you don't do, you know what I mean? Like, you don't make fun of someone's intelligence, you know, in that one video where DissociaDID was like, let me speak slower so it's easier for you, sweetheart. Okay, fine, maybe they were having like a moment, but you know, there's certain things that it's just therapy 101, you know. So these tests are based on self-report method. Okay, yeah. Just a lot of stuff about that. I don't know. We can move on from that. But anyways, so I don't know who this person is. I honestly can't even pronounce this. I kind of want to say Mandalorian.
Mandolin.
No, it's not though. It's mandolin. So people are worried about DissociaDID, and they are like commenting on mandolins the same way they did with braided and all of, you know, Bobo, and I don't know, so many people during the first hiatus, people would comment and be like, are they like okay? Like, are they safe? And I would say that is kind of a parasocial thing, is like, this is a person on the internet, you shouldn't have that much of a connection to need to know where they are. But also, like I said, they are still worried. Hey, I'm sorry if this is inappropriate to ask, but have you heard from Kaya and Co lately? Are they safe? I love you. They are safe. Thank you so much for answering. I hope you're doing well and having okay. So, do you think they'll eventually get frustrated having to answer DissociaDID fans about where Kaya is and if they're safe? Yeah, but why would they leave without saying anything? Like, okay, so if I had to go offline because of some court thing or something, I would say, I can't tell you guys why, but I need to get offline. Just because, I don't know. I don't need people to worry. Not worry. I don't think that anyone would be worried, but you would just be like, bruh, like, where did they go? We are safe, just on a break. Oh yeah, like, why don't they just post a black photo with a text overlay that says, we are safe, just on a break? That is a good point. Okay. And then we're talking about how everyone who's ever associated with DissociaDID has magically become an abuser. Entropy, axolotls, braided. This friendship has an expiration. I didn't even know about this friendship. Like, what is this friendship? Are they just like cool online together, or are they friends? When it expires, DissociaDID doesn't need M anymore or grows tired of M. They'll be thrown away and have their reputation dragged through the mud. Slander will be thrown around, gossip, anything to ruin M's reputation if it isn't true. Oh my gosh, taking me back to when DissociaDID leaked all of their conversation with Braided. Like, bro, I don't know. One thing I was thinking about today is I heard somewhere, why would you spend so much time trying to prove to people, trying to tell people that you're a good person? Like, I'm a good person. You just have to believe me. These people are abusers. Why don't you instead show people that you are a good person? You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to tell people. It's more something that is gradually earned. I don't know. Kaya always leaves without saying anything. But why? Like, last time it was because, well, the entire DID community kind of came together and was like, no, it is not okay to defend someone under these who drew CP, and then also defend that person and then ask if you would ever consider being their friend again. So that wasn't great. I don't know. I don't think she wants a normal job. She tried so many get rich online things before DissociaDID took off. Yeah, that's some like personal stuff that we might not get into because I think I've seen some of what you're talking about. I genuinely think she's a narcissist and I'm reading a comment just so you guys know. I don't know that she's a narcissist. I think there's some histrionic behavior, not diagnosing anything, and a pathological liar, so I don't think she'll ever admit to anything. She could quietly disappear, but I think it's unlikely given the attention she's getting. Also, but it's their cash cow. Like, how are you going to afford this house that you bought for 2 people? I don't understand. DissociaDID gets so much support and constantly has a new bestie despite how they've proven to treat their friends. Yeah. And then, yeah, the whole claiming to be an educator. I want to feel bad for M, I really do, but they know what's coming. We all saw it happen to Braided. Heck, I myself even warned Braided. That was a sad situation. They'd get burned by DissociaDID, but it didn't help. Because remember when Braided was always in the comment section on Reddit trying to defend DissociaDID? Whatever. I mean, this relationship made me lose all respect for Mandolin. Is that so? I watched some of their content before, and I actually got some interesting perspectives. However, this friendship with Mandolin is breaking off a lot of their expressed values. For example, they have these good boundary videos, but then for Kaya, like in this case, they seem to forget them. So they're like overstepping boundaries that they know are appropriate for Kaya. I remember them and MF both stating that it's not okay to ask other people like this. I think it was a situation between 2 systems. At the time, unsure. They kept it private, but both making these kind of videos, very irritated, seemingly at the community. But then this, so yeah, in my mind, if they choose to be a grifter over their own words, what else is just BS said for the sake of the moment? People show true colors in the face of clicks, fame, and views, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of the only one I wanted to read, because I thought that was... Wait, what's this tinfoil one? I think they were probably planning on coming back sooner, but after Bobo predicted that they'd come back, after Bobo/H predicted they'd come back, claiming Bobo made their mental health spiral, they realized they had to change their plans. I don't know. They're concocting the new altar. Just wait, Kaya's dead. Kaya is dead. Because, I don't know, DissociaDID seems like they kind of regretted making, I don't know, because I'm going off of the idea that they don't have DID, because obviously when you have DID, you can't choose when, I don't know, not when, but who you integrate with and like all of that, and unintegrating and stuff would be fun, interesting. But also, DissociaDID was like, I thought I would combine Nin, the unlikable alter, with Kyle, so that I would make Kaya, and Kaya would be likable, right? But now people are like, no, because it reminds me too much of Nin, and so that now it was Mike or someone was the new heartthrob, but I think he's only 17. I don't know, though, allegedly. They said in the past that Halloween was triggering and traumatic, so I think they're going to wait until Halloween has passed before they come back and use Halloween seasons as a reason for the extended absence. That could be it, because you know what I'm saying, like, I'm not here to deny ain't no trauma that happened. I don't know DissociaDID's past. Hello, baby, would you like to say hi? You guys are talking about whether it's okay to make sexual content and also be a DID educational creator. Well, if you use your alters in that way, which, I mean, we can get to this at the very end because it's not, like, related to the subject, but it's also, like, you know, with the whole $250 corset that they bought even though they really needed money in donations. But that's related to an altar, though. I think that's kind of sexualizing altars. So this is a Reddit post from 3 days ago. Saw this on TikTok and wanted to know if anyone saw this TikTok reference about Kaya fusing. Seems odd amidst the hiatus that there are no new TikToks posted. Oh, yes. So what is this then? When Chloe integrated, I missed her. When Nin and Kyle fuse, I missed them. When Kaya fuse, I missed them. But I love the system. Welcome, new host. I mean, that's a good point. There's... Don't you want to say hi? Okay. You just want to be famous? Okay, let's hope she lays on my lap for the stream, because we need it. We need the emotional support. Please, Ella, don't leave. Don't leave. No, no, no. Good girl, she's staying. Okay. Kaya and Co posted they had a fusion with... Wait, what? And is no longer host. Oh, yeah, I don't even know if this is true. This is just something someone posted. This is exactly what we predicted. DissociaDID always has a convenient fusion/split whenever they can't handle the criticism piling up. Yeah, but I will say that also in the past they've had integrations, fusions, and stuff without having to go offline, so I don't know. It also makes it difficult to search their controversies by their name since they changed it so frequently. If someone could... That's true, I have had a hard time researching. If someone could post the presumed deleted TikTok, it would be greatly appreciated. Another fusion caused by trauma. That is interesting. I don't know, I cannot say the logistics of it. I don't know if that's a thing, but usually fusions or integrations, I know that those words are not interchangeable. And I'm using it that way because I'm ridiculous right now. But usually those will happen when you're like in therapy and you're healing and you're ready to access these memories and these feelings and the reason that that altar exists in the first place. But instead, a lot of these fusions are happening because of trauma. I don't know. I mean, every system is different, right? I'd have a hard time believing that there was any healing or therapy in this hiatus. No, don't say that with what's going on. With Kaya's alleged stalker thing, court cases, etc. I feel like the court case or the stalker thing is low-key probably the reason they left. Or from finally breaking up with TP, which is completely alleged. I have no idea. That's just a tinfoil hat. I expect this fusion to also delete some other problematic ones like Mara. I wonder how many times we need to go through the same things for their supporters to get bored. DissociaDID universe is getting stale. It's a never-ending cycle of drama, hiatus, cast change. True. I can't wait to meet the new altar and see what traits they have, like The Sims. I always thought that once they found a romantic interest, they would suddenly be a fusion with Kaya, could stop saying that they're asexual or aromantic. That's true, because they do make interesting videos for a person who claims those things. I love how nobody misses Nina. She was just uncomfortable. Kaya was a bully. She only makes sense to fuse due to drama. That's true, because... So, all of this, I guess, hate was going on with what? Nin defending TP, Team Pinata, their ex. I'm sorry that I didn't preface that at first. Hello. But then that's still Nin, though, once you fuse. You know that, right? Because the way that they talk about it, they're like, no, that altar is dead now. But how are they dead when they're literally sitting right in front of you, like they're you? Yeah. All these cast changes, sure not how my DID works. but I'm merely a diagnosed with adult without a social media presence because I'm traumatized survivor with fears. Haven't split in decades. Yeah, that's true. Like splitting, despite some very hard times, host changes in my experience are gradual merges as we become more integrated, and no alter goes away. They just merge into others as they've become more alike. As in, blue doesn't suddenly become red, but blue mellows and becomes a more lilac, while red matures and becomes a more purple, until the two just end up alike. It's about physical neutral pathways becoming less distinct as a barrier comes down through growth until the two share the same neurons and no separation. There's no drama involved, at least when there's no play acting. I sure hope she stays gone. You know, that's one person's opinion. I think we already read this one. So their last TikTok was posted on August 31st of 2023. And I don't know, it was kind of just a random thing. I wanted to be a therapist, but now I'm addicted to caffeine. Like, couldn't relate more, honestly. Last post on YouTube was July 30th. Oh my God. How many days ago was that? Let's look it up. Wait, but they have posted on TikTok August 31st. Last post on Instagram, August 16th. So how long since August 31st? It's been 55 days. Okay, so not quite 100. That was a little bit of an exaggeration. My bad about that. And their last post on Patreon was April 27th of 2023, which is, it's interesting because wasn't that supposed to be their safe place where there's no drama? They reposted videos on TikTok around every 2 days since their last actual post. Not gonna lie, it's a bit odd when a fan pointed that out in their latest TikTok. The day I posted here, what's this? Confirming they're still on TikTok. All of a sudden, they haven't reposted anything in 4 days now. They still haven't written anything to erase fans' concerns. Yeah, so basically DissociaDID is, before they left, they were reposting things, which is like, so you could have said something, you just chose not to. They just haven't been they haven't responded to any fans' oh yeah, that's not great. You know, if you are active and you're not responding to any fans' comments on their most recent posts yet. Whereas fans have been expressing that they're worried about them. Fans aren't entitled to know about their well-being, etc. But given that they post about everything, their inner communication that nobody understands the purpose of, and yeah, that's a whole thing for me. It's kind of, that was kind of one of the biggest icks was when DissociaDID said, I need to post a TikTok or my alter will like get mad at me. I was like, stop it at this moment. Where's your journal or therapist or someone? It's a bit odd that they haven't written back on any comment in the past day since the repost, just to say that they're even alive. This is all to garner concern. Kaya is highly calculated. This timing is not an accident. They still need money for court. They had to maybe the court's ending and they just had to travel to Portugal or something. Or Portugal? No, that's not what no. They had to shake things up and to worry people. Portugal. They'll either come back with a flimsy pity me story or they'll come back having triumphed over a flimsy pity me story. Simple as that. Kaya is just attention seeking again. And when posting 1 million TikTok drafts didn't work, Kaya moved on to worrying people with their absence. Yeah, I mean, hold on, let me look this up. Well, this isn't really the same thing, actually. I was going to look up, like, is the silent treatment or worrying people, I can't really. But like, okay, but in the same way, if you use the silent treatment, it's different, but it is a manipulation tactic. Yeah, and it definitely doesn't help any situation or make anything go away. But I don't know, it seems like they can't be wrong. And when they are questioned about if it's possible they could have been wrong, that's impossible, and then, everyone's abusers. I don't know. And when posting a million TikTok drafts I already read that. This is exactly what I've been thinking. If she's doom scrolling TikTok but actively ignoring comments of concern, she wants that concern. This has happened before in the past. If she genuinely had wanted to take a break, she would have said something to ease concern from her audience. And then here's some concerned audience thingies. Oh my gosh, and this was only on day 10. People were so worried, and yet the fact that people are worried after almost 10 days of no content shows how much that they were really posting. Are you guys okay? I'm getting kind of worried. Please stay safe. Honestly, I'm so worried. My dad likes their content, and I'm nervous that we haven't heard anything. There's just a lot of people saying, I hope you're okay, and such. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I feel kind of bad, because if I was indeed okay, then I would probably want to tell people. I'm not saying Kaya is a malingerer, but I will say malingerers tend to pull stunts like this for attention, since they don't have to deal with the actual crippling symptoms. Fully agree, I've seen this many times, and it generally adds up to either I'm broke or I'm bored, and I think we can guess which one she would fall under. Huh. Well, at least we know she's healthy enough to doom scroll TikTok, and maybe healthy enough to realize she needs to stop posting. Well, they did after people made that comment, so. Okay. They're planning and plotting. That is maybe, I don't know. It's definitely for fame and money too. She is not likable, but as you go on, you see it's a great marketing plot. At first glance, they seem likable. Yeah, I mean, that was me too, because when I was going back, I actually started following DissociaDID. I'm so confused about their hiatus timeline. We're still gonna go over it, but it's like, so in 2020 they had a hiatus, but then did they have another one in 2021 or 2022? But I know I started I started watching them around 2020. Whatever. So, do you think that they're obligated to tell fans they're okay? From a moral stance, I think that they should tell the fans. Fans are clearly worried about their safety and well-being. For 2 weeks after their actual TikTok post, they were active in the repost lab, yet didn't like or respond to any of their fans' comments or concerned. Nobody is necessarily entitled to know about their well-being, but again, morally, you'd think that they'd fostered such parasocial relationships with their fan base that they wouldn't immediately withdraw by disappearing and not keeping fans up to date, because obviously none of the fans noticed the repost section until maybe 3 days ago. Plus, they just opened up TikTok subscriptions, fans paying for what would be paying for nothing. Patreons, people sharing their crowd justice, YouTube paying subs, if that's a feature they've turned on. It's very 2020-esque, and it doesn't seem like they've changed very much as a content creator when it comes to fostering parasocial relationships with fans and attempting to disappear without so much as an on-break announcement or a worse safe pinned comment. If the creator-fan relationship wasn't an encouraged parasocial one, what would DissociaDID think of me? They hadn't been reposting. I personally wouldn't be as critical of the aforementioned points, because if they weren't treating fans as their friends and emotionally and financial support network, fans don't necessarily deserve to be updated as to their safety. And because if they were inpatient and didn't have phone access, that would be understandable to not be able to give said safety update. But they've been active online, yet haven't written or liked a single comment to signal to fans that they've treated as friends along with emotional support network without knowing each other outside of what Kaya chooses to share in 30-second clips, that they're okay. So this person says that Kaya is not obligated. No, Kaya is entitled to their private affairs just as any other influencer is. Would I personally leave fans anxious after I develop a parasocial bond with them involving stalking and trauma? Yeah, we still haven't gotten into that. Well, I'd certainly leave a brief statement letting people know that they're safe and alive. Yeah. DissociaDID knows how much her fans worry, how much they love her. She's constantly making videos saying she's constantly made videos about her saving her fans and her fans saving her. That you called TikTok comes to mind, which makes me think this is on purpose, or someone or something is preventing her activities. It's not like it's that hard to post. I'm fine. True. That is so true. I don't know. This is kind of weird to talk about, but it is quite possible that the decline in viewers or income and receiving less. What is this?
Adulation.
Of course. I know words. Has made DissociaDID spin out and she's actually inpatient. Either that or the stalker was real and she's gone silent for safety. After all, the parasocial relationship practically encouraged stalkers. Or, of course, she's silent to build attention for her reemergence, but I think that this is less likely. She's admitted to BPD and falling apart and needing hospitalization after losing her status, plus maybe some sort of, some sort of relationship issue. It makes a lot of sense. Whatever mental health issues she has, she certainly legitimately has disorders. As if a coworker just as if a coworker disappears for a bit, whether to go to inpatient or to tend to their mom's cancer, it's none of your business by the outstanders, are owed nothing. The idea that people are owed something is disturbing. DissociaDID provided entertainment, that's all. If she's no longer wishes to continue the gig, that's her right. I could see that, I guess. I mean, I definitely agree with that, right? But it's also like, I don't know. It's, I guess, the right thing to do. I don't know, but is it? I don't know. What is the right thing to do ever on any given circumstance? Could she have gone silent because the donation of money is drying up, worrying people into donating? I don't know, because people are saying like DissociaDID was calculated about this. This manipulation didn't work, so let's try this one. I don't know, you know what I mean? Obviously, I don't know. I don't know as much as most of the people on this Reddit, to be honest. Okay, but this is another one of just confirming that they are indeed alive, and so that's always good. There's usually a concerned fan every day. I mean, you guys kind of get the point. Wait, what did I comment? I said, I mean, it kind of shows how much DissociaDID cares about their fans not to tell them, in my opinion. Wait, no, this is good. With the history of people... Baby, you can't go on to death. You can't go on, Joe. You have to either lay here. No, you can't go on there. She doesn't listen to one word essay. With the history of people having to post that DissociaDID is safe, Entropy, Bobo, Braided, DissociaDID knows that what they're doing by going silent. They know fans will think that they committed unalive, are in danger, or in an abusive situation, possibly hospitalized. Last time they left the internet, they said it was because they had an unalive attempt and wanted to make the trolls feel bad, paraphrasing. Can someone find the actual screen cap of that? Yes, I second that, please. I think it was a message to Entropy. DissociaDID is sick. Yeah, that was horrible. Like, and didn't they say that they said that Granddad's Lounge was the reason why because of all the hate from from his video, and then they had all their fans attack him, and then it was just, why would you have fans as a massive content creator? Why would you have fans go after people like that? That's just so inappropriate and sick. Entropy says that Nin stayed silent to manipulate people in the past, so let's check that out. This was from 3 years ago. Yay. Now that I have nothing more to lose, I think I'm going to say what I have to say, what I have been afraid to say. Nin, you need to come back. You left us at the peak of a catastrophic drama without a word. People turned to other YouTubers for an explanation. Some were sympathetic, many were angry, hurt, confused. Your radio silence and lack of comforting answers caused the flames to rise and made us all targets. No. What is she? Absolutely not. This pumpkin. She can. This is why I tell her. She doesn't listen. I'm just kidding. But people turn to other YouTubers. All we needed from you was to address what happened, what you did and didn't know, and to tell us you needed time to figure out where to go next. Since the beginning, the DID community has been committed to, something fear and creating a safe place for above all else. It feels like all that we built is currently in flames. I've been doxxed many times. I've had hate campaigns against me. I know it's scary, but you made people care for you, showed them yourself in distress, and then vanished. We've been picking up the pieces ever since. The damage is devastating. You need to own this. So, but this was back in the day. Cat attack. Let her go on your shoulder. I wish. That would be so sweet. But no, she's licking her boo-boo right now. Because she's allergic to everything. She's allergic to dust, so she gets... Anyways. No. I'm sorry. No, she doesn't understand. So, but anyways, I do think they should stay gone. It's sad for their fans, but it's better for the world as a whole. Yeah, and I mean, how parasocial are we talking? Like... If one of my favorite YouTubers disappeared, like, I would I don't know if I'd be worried. I'd be, like, wondering where they're at. But I don't know that I would, like, how long I would really just ruminate about it and think about it. It would be more of, like, a passing thought. But we don't need, DissociaDID being the face of DID, making it look like a whole ass joke. I'd rather be compared to Psycho or Split than anyone on YouTube or TikTok. So I hope that they stay gone, even if fans, this is just this person's opinion, feel ghosted or upset. They'll probably come back and make another guilt trip post like this. Yeah, we'll get into this, but we can talk about it now because obviously. So this was from their... I want to say their second hiatus, if there were two, because I can't recall or find, I don't know. But this one is related to, or maybe that was just one long hiatus. Oh shit. Well, that would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? Trigger warning, unaliving. We were alone in 2020, maybe to the end of 2021. So many of us didn't make it through the same or at all. It's really hard to talk about system changes in a light way because it represents so much trauma, loss, and abuse. All of the ways we were let down by people we loved and trusted. The community we loved and fought to protect until it nearly unalived us. and we just couldn't do it anymore, who turned on us instead when we needed them. People made threats, which is like, first of all, people on the internet are ridiculous. Like, why? That's horrific. Nobody deserves those threats, hacking or doxing. Like, that's horrible. And then they also said that, also Team Pinata, all of what's going on, it has completely destroyed their system. They're not the same system anymore. They're just different. Oh yeah, and then this was my thing. One of the first things I learned in therapy when I was 12 is that blaming others for your unalive thoughts or actions is wrong and manipulative. There are contributing factors to someone feeling like unalive is an option. Abuse makes someone feel a lot of big, painful things, and unalive feelings are one of them. The threats and harassment DissociaDID says that they are receiving is wrong, and no, it should not have happened. But also trying to blame people for your unalive actions is wrong. When someone is faced with those emotions, there are so many other actions that they can take. Unalive is not the only option, and if it is the option chosen, that person is choosing the person choosing it responsibly. What? But anyways, blaming others for unalive actions is actually in the power and control wheel for domestic violence. And it's how abusers keep their victims under control. So coming from DissociaDID, someone who claimed to be a survivor of domestic violence, this is very, very low. Yes, by all means, speak out on abuse, but don't go blaming people for your own thoughts and actions. Yeah. I don't know, but that was just a side note. Let's see what else we got here. Entropy pointing out how Nin is dodging responsibility, but this is from 3 years ago. Okay, so this is back to present day. So day 44 of the hiatus and radio silence. This was 11 days ago. And this is people kind of just speculating about where they went and how long they'll be gone. This person says, I'm going to say a few months and then they'll be back for a huge earth-shattering story. Most likely a new integration and a new name to muddy the waters. There's no way they'll keep the name and stuff. They've got, it's like they're going to have a whole new identity and half a dozen new and different alters. They might even blame everything that happened on a newly discovered persecutor. I mean, the way people are talking about this is funny, but it's also kind of sad because it's like, it's such a joke to make out of DID. You know what I mean? Forever hopeful. I hope she leaves forever. Her content was trash anyway. I mean, yeah, we were gonna talk about it if we have time. Basically, how like people are like, can DissociaDID possibly edit out all of the misinformation? And people are like, it'd be a 30-second video. I can't say though, because I don't specialize in dissociative disorders or have a dissociative disorder, so I can't say exactly what is. But anyways. The point is that this person flirts with minors, is a pedo apologist and a FETISHIST that doesn't care about consent. Hopefully she is focusing on treatment for her real problems. That is a good point. What's this? They'll come back Friday, December 29th. 2023, one day before demonetization. Wait, so you guys, they have to come back on December 29th of 2023 or else they'll lose demonetization. And that's like thousands of dollars they're probably making off these videos. I don't know their like social blade stuff right now, but they'll come back saying that they've been super traumatized with the alleged stalker and have been recovering. There'll be a charity fundraiser that we'll conveniently never see receipts for. There may be a mention of another organized attack to their reputation, and they may tell fans to ignore any third-party videos mentioning their name as damaging lies. They'll ask Vangelina to cover their new lore, to help funnel people to their channel, but the viewership will stall, and they'll claim that they've been found by a powerful abuser who wants them to stop making YouTube videos. Yeah! Oh my god, it's all coming back. So, yeah, I mean, their last hiatus, they left because, well, it ended up not being true because then they were like, okay, we have to stay offline because one of our abusers found us, and we can only be on Patreon, which is like, okay, I mean, they could always get a Patreon subscription, but anyways, and then they just said like, no, but we can't. Then they came back later and like, we're like, we can't be afraid though. We can't live in fear. It's like, okay. I mean, yeah, people just keep talking about the demonetization. Of course, there will be a whole new alter list because of the court, and that stalker who was totally real was so traumatizing that made her system fuse and split again. I don't know. The people are coming up with names. Their name will be Kara, Micah, or Maya. Kara flops due to inadvertently flirting with minors and being aggressive with sexually charged responses, so she'll probably be fused out. Mike will become a new fan favorite. I mean, yeah, this is all just... Anyone watching in the future, let me know if this ended up being a thing. History is repeating itself. I'm trying to go... You know how they say, like, you gotta make sure that history don't repeat itself, you have to remember? I'm trying, but it's hard. Like there's so much on like on the DissociaDID timeline that is on Reddit, and it's like very helpful because I don't know how we would keep track without it, to be honest. Or just Mara and Kaya. Wait. We could see a Mara 3.0 who's gender fluid version between Mike and Mara, or Mike, Mara, and Kaya, or just Mara and Kaya. They also need someone to be the next scapegoat and sexual alter to conveniently have Nina's memories shifted over again. No, because Nina's memories would be inside Kaya, so... Which is interesting to me, because it's like... I mean, this is a trigger warning for, like... sexual alters, basically, but alters who hold sexual trauma, not sexual alters who hold sexual trauma, and how DissociaDID fused, okay, Chloe fused, so Chloe is the I don't know the right word for it, but the one who has very little memories of trauma, or what they called the host or whatever back then. Chloe fused with their sexual protector, like, after how many years of therapy? I don't even know. 2 years? I'll give them 2 years. It's like, I am interested in how that's possible, because it's like you wake up one morning and you just have all of their memories, and it's like, that's not an issue though. I don't know though, correct me if I'm wrong. Either way, they'll come back. There will likely be a fusion, plus zero accountability for allegedly grooming minors and exposing them to dangerous sex advice, like with Nadia, fans mourning Kaya or Mara fusing due to being called out. It would evoke a satisfying sympathy from viewers. If they had been inpatient, it will be mentioned in great depth with a plug to the court case with Sergio after tears. They might mention the alleged stalking kidnapping case too, to which my guess is that somehow, even due to severity, the guy gets off scot-free with no paper trail seen, and it is never mentioned again. The likelihood that they will actually use this time to reflect and heal is slim to none. I hope opinion. I don't know, this is just another one. Their birthday has passed, yay. And now we know that a 26-year-old was liking comments from fans saying "step on me" and responding with "good girl." I don't want to click on it. You guys know what it is. Okay, fine, but only for 1 second. Oh no, wait. No, this is a whole 2 minute. No, too bad. Tinfoil hat time. DissociaDID is visiting someone in America, and recording any content would be immediately give away the fact that she's not in the house and allegedly is too agoraphobic to leave. Agoraphobic. Okay, it was Portugal. I have a similar hunch. They mentioned that it might be needed for them to go to Portugal for the case, and understandably, people raised eyebrows at that. Yeah, I mean... Alright, whatever. Let's move on. We've already seen this one. I think we've already seen this one. Okay, so this was a poll. Who do you think that Kaya fused with? What? What is this? I'm gonna say a prominent pre-2020 member. What is this? A prominent 2020 member. I don't know. I don't believe that Kaya has fused. Noted. I don't believe that she can fuse or split because I don't believe that she has DID. I do believe in her attention craving is massive enough to be like one of those people who fakes very bad things. Yeah. Okay. So, additionally, losing viewers on TikTok and YouTube. So, I mean, inevitably, like if you completely if you completely stop uploading, I'm pretty sure that would make sense. See, I don't get that many views, so I've never seen such a big number, but that's still really scary. Wait, they're down by 52% of when? The past 30 days. That means that less than 50% of people are watching. Well, obviously, you guys don't need an explanation. That's crazy, though. Oh, well. Yeah, that's just more people saying that they're probably not going to take accountability. Okay, so let me see here. We have information from the original time DissociaDID went on a hiatus, and I kind of wanted to talk about that because it might give us some idea as to where they are now. Hiatus. So this is from December 27th of 2020. So anyways, this was in 2020. In April of 2020, Nin announces via Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter that they had a very close call with Unalive attempt, which begins their hiatus. They said that we will try to stay alive. Oh my god, this was even back when Nan was like in the situation. So basically, Nan goes live and address Team Pinata to address the situation with the CP art, and problematic behavior. Nin can be seen in the chat coaching Nan through the apology and saying things like, "You can stop now, babe," etc. Then they privated a bunch of videos, which I don't know why. And then Nin takes a break and redacts their support from Team Pin. Wait, what?
Hey everybody, we're taking a break from our break to address what's going on with Team Pinata. When the images first started coming out, we wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, and we did, but now that there's more information and more things that have been leaked that we absolutely can't endorse, it's not okay. But now that there's more information and more things that have been leaked that we absolutely can't endorse, it's not okay. We didn't know about any of this stuff. So, obviously...
Wait.
And we can't endorse or support it. It's not okay.
Then why did you say you would die on a hill, though? Now I'm kind of confuzzled. I'm kind of confused now.
And obviously we are very shocked and hurt and betrayed, and I don't know what's going to happen going forward, so please respect our privacy, and
True.
I'm so sorry that we didn't know.
Wait, what do you mean? I'm so confused. You didn't know, but they did. Okay, I'm back. So, I don't know. There was one part of this I wanted to read. I don't know. And then remember, I think, did they just come back with the 4-hour live stream? I think after their hiatus, they literally just made, here we go. Wait, what is this? I think this might be it. Oh well, I tried. That's definitely what you guys wanted to hear. You, so professional. Why do I have this open? Well, it wasn't helpful. What's this?
Actually affected by this drama.
Oh yeah, but this is more about the drama that happened back in the day and entropy, and not just entropy. A lot of people were saying that it's like inappropriate the way that DissociaDID was acting and handling the situation, and DissociaDID just said that like literally the entire DID community is against me, so I am no longer a part of the DID community. And so I think that when they said that they were leaving the internet forever, like literally they said that they were going to stop making content forever, and then they actually came back and said, no, I actually meant like stop being a part of the DID community, but I'm still going to make DID content, but not in the community. Which I think just means that you're kind of not going to talk to people in the DID community. I don't even know. When was this though? This was 3 years ago. For many months, there has been a dedicated campaign against those with DID and OSDD, creating a great deal of distress in our community. There is specific movement against our system in particular. For those not aware of the extent of the nature of what's been occurring, there have been repeated attempts to hack our accounts. Yeah, so I mean, I guess people were coming after DissociaDID at this point. And friends and family have been contacted, harassed. We don't really need to, that's kind of personal. And now they say their family safety is at risk and such. And then there's all these hate sites that have malicious and manipulative intent. Oh, no, there have never been any malicious or manipulative intent behind any of our actions, nor a desire to cause anyone distress. We genuinely sympathize with those who have heard hearsay. I don't know what this is. And then they withdrew from the Entitled to Life conference because, yeah, I think that might be a good idea because they were originally planning on bringing Team Pinata to that, which would just be horrific. I'm gonna try to find the part. Wait, what's this? To the beautiful souls. I don't know. But anyways, they basically said that they are not coming back because of all of this hate, and like they've become too big on the internet. They just said, unfortunately, our online presence has grown too large. We have regained the attention of past abusers. We have been contacted, located, manipulated, and threatened by someone dangerous who has the ability to harm us in person. Therefore, it's with heavy intent that we must announce DissociaDID's indefinite hiatus from YouTube and social media. We will be seeking greater anonymity as a part of our intention to escape them. Our past content will still be accessible to those who need it, but we won't be making more. Some of the videos affected by invalid copyright claims have been reinstated in YouTube, and the rest should follow shortly. So I don't know what that was, because they did decide to come back, and I guess my question is why? There must have been something keeping them, like, I need to get back on the internet. They say it's because they're just so passionate about, like, educating about DID. I don't know, maybe. But even back then, people were saying, in my opinion, she can't keep up with the act anymore with how much she's getting called out. It's getting way out of hand. Without admitting that she's built her career on a potential lie, but maybe it's for the absolute best. She'd be a lot healthier and stable away from criticism. That is true. I hope that they remain safe, but it seems awfully convenient and suspicious that they would have a past abuser coming to them just the second they're going through all this drama with like Team Pinata and all of that. But Patreon content can and has been leaked, so she's keeping herself safe by only doing Patreon. She's eliminating the critics in the comment section because no one who thinks she's sus is going to pay for her Patreon. What? Okay, what's this? I don't know. This is kind of about... I guess this is just about the drama that happened 3 years ago. I mean, we don't really even have to get into it. It's more just... I guess a bunch of people came forward and said that some things DissociaDID was doing was wrong. We have this entropy live we could look at, I guess. But, I mean, we could just take a look at it for a second.
Let's just not do that. We'll go ahead and save this live when we're done. But yeah, so yes, was it yesterday? Nons try to, leak old addresses of ours and try to leak our current home address. Things started to really go crazy. Like, it all started, like, in my eyes, the way everything was affecting me, it all started with the Anthony video. And then going on and just putting on a show, like it was certainly interesting. And I was like, oh.
I don't know. I might not put it in fast speed in case anyone watching, like, after wants to, put it in fast speed.
Well, why did you make those choices? But whatever. I was like, it's fine. Anthony Padilla is cool. I'm glad this is happening. I'm glad the word's getting out. But that brought a lot of attention to the DID community from like unsavory peeps, and like we already had like Kiwi Farms, like they're a bunch of fucking jokes, but it kind of amplified Kiwi Farms a little bit. So like that happened, and then the Trisha stuff happened, and that was intense because like everybody's like, oh my god, what are you guys gonna say? What are you guys gonna do? Like how are you gonna?
Yeah, I mean, you guys know this, but if you don't, just Trisha Paytas faked DID because they saw the Anthony Padilla video, which, yeah.
And I was like, do we need to respond? And then I decided, yeah, it's probably best if we have a response just because she's got 2 million subscribers, and that's a lot of subscribers, so we should say something. And then she posted the, like, Trisha Paytas, the aftermath or whatever, and we were like, Nin, what are you doing? Why did you make a video and tag her? And she's like, well, people want to know what's going on with that. I was like, but you tagged her in the title. That is only when we were gonna.
Wait, we're getting to the drama, the leaving part.
Living with for a weekend, and we were like, okay, let's discuss this. Let's get first. But then there were also some people on Twitter who were like talking about ways I should die and that I should get shot on sight, and like very, very out at us. They wanted accountability for, like they wanted answers for it because they weren't getting the answers from Nin, the answers they wanted, so they were lashing out at us, which sucked. So then after I quit YouTube, I finally was like, I'm gonna call her out on Twitter. I'm gonna say something, because what the fuck else do I have to lose? So I made the tweet being like, hey, listen, you need to take accountability for this stuff. Like, nobody knew the backside story of it anymore, but she did. I was like, you absolutely need to take accountability for this. And she messaged me, and she's like, you have just put my life in danger. You take that tweet down.
Okay. I mean, yeah, this is kind of back from the day. But I still remember this, and I think that what Entropy says is kind of, I don't know, it kind of gives you an idea of like, anyway, shortly after this, DissociaDID did leave the internet for a little while.
me and the other YouTubers who once called you very good friends are hurt so badly. You know? Like, this happened and this hurt us and we tried to stand by you, whatever. Like, really just laid out the timeline that I gave you guys.
But you're calling out, like, I mean, I'm sure that a lot of us have been in this position before. I'm putting words in your mouth. It's hard when you're wrong. When you truly thought you were right about something and it turns out you're wrong. It's hard to come forward and be like, no, actually, you're right. It takes a lot of courage and, I don't know.
And she messaged back being like, you sound like you're straight out of Kiwi Farms and you're obviously just interested in money and views and you don't care about us. And I was like, I quit YouTube 2 days ago, so I'm not sure how.
What is this word that I am familiar with? Projection?
Just for views, but okay.
You know how they're like, if your ex ever asks you, or if your significant other ever asks you, if you're cheating on them, and then you're like, what, why, like, that's not even something I would even think about, and then it turns out that they're the one cheating because they're, like, putting their feelings on you.
You know, but just, like, these 12 minutes of voice messages that were just, like, just emotionally manipulative, like, emotional blackmail.
I mean, listen,
Being like,
I don't know, DissociaDID has claimed to have been diagnosed with not only DID, but also BPD, so I'm saying, girl, is like, in a lot of circumstances, with every single mental illness, you not seeking help for that harms not only you, but also everybody around you.
I obviously don't value their life, and like I'm here to support the trolls, like all this stuff. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. And we've been in an emotional spiral since then. Like, so yeah, the last 2 videos that we posted, like I said, like we had panic attacks sitting down to film them because we were so scared of whatever backlash was gonna come down. And so, like, now, like, you know, I miss my channel so fucking much. I don't know, like, it gave me purpose in life, worth.
So, I don't know, a lot of people, I'm not going to say that Entropy left directly because of DissociaDID, but I think they kind of alluded to that. There's other people who, I don't know, it seems like there's definitely a lot.
I don't have it.
Who just allude to the fact that I don't post anymore because of specific.
Now that I don't have my channel, I'm floundering, and I'm in a really bad place right now, like emotionally and mentally, and like I'm fine, like I'm not in danger.
Yes, as you should. Like, you don't want people to worry as like an empathetic person.
Contacted my therapist. I might be going back to therapy if she can take me. But like, I have a support system. I have coping skills. Like, I'm not saying this like I'm in danger. Just like bad headspace. In a really bad headspace lately. But like, I can't go back to my channel because even thinking about it, which sucks. Handstands are very. What's the word I'm looking for? Oversimplified. It was very oversimplified. So I just wanted to tell everybody, like, I never really talked exactly about that.
Anyways, basically in the video, Entropy talks about how DissociaDID asked, like, multiple people if they would ever consider being friends with Team Pinata again. They were like, nah, obviously. And DissociaDID took that as a complete betrayal between everybody. So, this was their official hiatus from last time. Let me see. And this is, okay, should we go up to more recent stuff again, I feel? Sure. Let's talk now about the more recent things leading up to when DissociaDID left the internet, which was like late August. Basically, this is the whole stalker incident, which like I said, at the time I was uncomfortable talking about. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like you need help and probably shouldn't be on the internet. The TP is gross. Yes. these are general facts stated by the incident that happened 3 months ago. The situation occurred on the 4th of Friday. So, August 4th. So DissociaDID did leave about a month even after this incident happened. So, and then they made a bunch of content on TikTok about it. So I don't understand why you would then leave after you've already made content about it. You know what I mean? If people were directing you not to talk about it, why were you talking about it and now you're not? I don't know, but whatever. Maybe they just got the notice late or something. So the big word, Magistrate court hearing was supposedly on the 7th, a Monday. This means that the date of the incident of the hearing, a total of 1 business days has elapsed. So he was taken to jail, processed, and an immediate next day business court date was given. If you are kept in police custody, you will be presented with a magistrate's court, usually the next day. This case is being sent to the Crown Court due to its severity, the stalker case. I think this is which is, I don't know, people are talking about, like, for a lot of this stuff, it's not, would this be on the news? I don't know. There would definitely be an article about it. Even you can see, in my town, in your town, I'm sure in most towns, you can see the most basic things, that are made articles about, such as, drunk driving, people being caught drunk driving. Their headshots are posted, and little article is written about it, like accidents and stuff, like major accidents. So it's interesting that there were none, like, but anyways. Yeah, all we know is what the general public knows so far. Other than that, others stated that in an actual TikTok, obviously, something like this is indeed very serious. Nobody knows who this person is, what their motivations were, how they came across DissociaDID's address and where they were from, etc. Sure, parasocial relationships should be discouraged in the future, but it was this guy's choice of actions. It's kind of like encouraging women not to stay out at night. Sure, it keeps us safer. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It doesn't matter how parasocial you are. You don't deserve someone to show up at your house. Unwarranted and unwanted behavior at any level is unacceptable, and no one should have to deal with it. Yes, there is a fine line with fostering things like parasocial relationship. It's just common sense. Your example is perfect. Women should not have to go out after dark. Women not going out after dark make them safer, but it shouldn't be a thing. People just shouldn't be shitty. I am with you that my biggest issue is there is no public documentation of any kind. In most countries, there would be some sort of documentation, whether it's a booking, news report, or call log. The more and more they keep playing the trauma Olympics, this would be a very low blow if that's not true. And anyway, I hope not, because no one deserves to be stalked or harassed, but if this is for views and sympathy, ... Yeah, I mean, interestingly, something I was, like, thinking about recently is, with this whole faking DID trend on TikTok, obviously you can't know who and who isn't faking, but it feels like this whole social media age, especially with TikTok for some reason, people feel the need to make their trauma the worst trauma, and their alters the most bizarre alters, and everything, you know what I mean? It's like, it's in order to sort of prove that they had it the worst, which, I don't know, gives me the ick. Some even exploit littles and clicks for clicks and ad revenue. Yeah, I mean, my whole thing about having DID online is, like, you can't expect expect someone to not have DID symptoms online, but if you do have DID, it is your responsibility to like not just be yourself instead of glamorizing and making and having to make, you know, your alters the most interesting, or I don't even know. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically one thing that was going on. And some people are saying that Kaya was playing up the incident. I am getting so frustrated about how DissociaDID is portraying this incident. While we don't know all the facts, everything they stated publicly suggests that someone turned up at their door and the police arrested them. I'm so confused about how that would happen. Like, do you just kind of... Like, are they inside your house while you call the police and you're hiding? Or that's probably what happened, right? But then they're like posting about it day after. It was like right after. So why are they now acting like the guy R'd them or tried to R them? They claim they've been assaulted every year. So why haven't we had a barrage of angry TikToks every year about hashtag R culture until now? It makes me think that this is the very first time they've had a real trauma, and they're gonna keep exaggerating what happened until in years they'll be claiming to have he R'd them. Yeah. I know that probably didn't make sense. I kind of want to explain it, but it's also kind of basically, I don't know. Now they're claiming that Team Pinata R'd them, I suppose. No, is that so? No, that can't be. That can't be. Because I remember them saying that the only consensual relationship they have ever had was with him. So now I'm very confused. That can't be. Take it back. If they've had so much abuse, then why did this one minor incident compared to all the other abuse they claim become the one they actually report to the police and get angry about? It's like they enjoy having a real thing to be a victim of and getting off on having a good reason to act crazy and treat people like crap on their TikTok, knowing that no one can tell them they're acting fucking insane. Oh, I said the F word. Whatever. I'm sure. I mean, I think at this point in the stream, YouTube is like, they probably don't say any bad words. Not naughty words. They finally have a real trauma to cling to. They will milk it and lie about it. How long until they've been claiming this was an organized effort by the SRA people? At this point, with Kaya, you never know. One TikTok not wanting to go back to being used as an object of abuse sort of implies this. They put, "You can reach me anywhere, even overseas," and something about trying to make Kaya, i.e. kidnapping. Oh my god, that's so trying to take Kaya. That's scary. See, now people are like, well, why didn't they report other stuff? I don't know. I can't say, because like, what if there's a serious reason? I'll be straight up. I don't think anything happened, or at least not in the way she is attempting to portray it. Fair. I think a lot of extremely valid points against her have been coming up, pointing out her inappropriate and frankly disgusting behavior. Yeah, I mean, this whole stalking thing did happen right after they made a video that was like proving their malingering with their scores. And then right after that, this happened. People are trying to force her to either own up to her crude behavior or F off as the face of the DID community, a title that she will cling to as her life depends on it. This, the way I see it, is a common manipulative, gaslighting, Darvo shit that toxic people portray due to their complete inability to literally ever take responsibility for their actions. Instead of firstly recognizing that they're doing effed up things, and secondly taking accountability and trying to do better, they instead choose to come out with massive trauma so that anyone who criticizes them are being insensitive at best and abusive at worst. Trauma is never an excuse to abuse people, though, right? Trauma. Because you cannot hold someone accountable for their disgusting actions if they are a damsel in distress. Take, for instance, the community blow up in 2020 that we were just referring to. When Team Pinata get outed as a PEDO, DissociaDID disappeared and said, "I'll try to stay alive," when folks were questioning her. During this time, the people she claimed to be friends with were getting ripped to shreds by so many in the community, so many outside the community. Channels like Kiwi Farms and etc. To the point that at least one of those friends left the community and content creation entirely. When Kaya came back, she never really addressed it. Oh. So is there something that they're avoiding addressing? Is it snowing outside? Shut up. There's no way. No, I just saw like a little sussy. She placed blame on her friends while defending a pedo, swept it all up, fetish videos included, under the rug, and moved on with her life as if it wasn't a big deal and the community was being dramatic, to the point of leaving the DID community and creating the DissociaDID community. And she's only been going downhill since then. She lost all of her content creator friends and was incapable of seeing that she did anything wrong. It was everyone else's fault. Everyone else was wrong. She was innocent in every situation, etc., etc. Up until present day, she has never once privately nor publicly apologized to a single one of those friends because they're the abusers. Duh. I don't know. I mean, so I don't know. I've done bad things in my life before, and when I go, I mean, like, I'm not saying like anything abnormally bad, but and it took me like a year to realize that like these consistent events happening were my fault. And that hit me so hard. And it's still hard for me to rationalize that like certain things, if a pattern of things are happening, you know what I mean? It could just be a coincidence. It really could. But it's also like might be a common denominator, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure if you follow. And it's, it sucks to own up to that stuff because you truly in your heart of hearts feel that you didn't do anything wrong. But then you have to actually do the CBT. I'm kidding. I don't really even know that much about CBT. I don't know. My therapist is very DBT based, which I know some people hate DBT, which is like, that's iconic and beautiful. I think that all therapies are probably great. Anyways, up until present day, she never once privately nor publicly apologized to a single one of those friends for any of the horrible things she put them through, not leaving them to be eaten by wolves, nor throwing them all under the bus when people asked her for answers and accountability. No, she immediately left for months trying to stay alive. When she came back, she was just too fragile to ever discuss her nasty ex. It wasn't until recently that she said that she has ever said anything negative about them. They said that they cheated on you. That's awful. TBH. That sounds like a just terrible experience. Why? Because people didn't believe the BS she sprouted on the interview with Braided, trying to manipulate her audience into believing Team Pinata did nothing wrong. Okay, I was thinking maybe we should react to the 4-hour live stream. Like, not today or anything, but I don't know, would we get copyrighted for that? Probably not, because I think there's specific laws you have to follow, and you will not be copyrighted because it is fair use. But anyways, then come up to present day and look at her behavior. It is 3 years later, while she has allegedly been to therapy and was hospitalized, etc., yet she is playing the exact same games. Doesn't sound like someone who has done 1 ounce of work in therapy. Nope, yet again, people are asking for answers and accountability for her horrendous actions, and magically something terrible happens, which puts her entire audience into, "We are solely responsible for protecting this stranger on the internet who doesn't know I exist, to shut every abuser, people with valid questions and criticisms down." Potato, potato. Sure. All right. Oop. Sorry. I don't know. Because while I do believe this is true, I don't know about this whole, they were completely lying about someone showing up at their front door. That's it's kind of creative, right? I feel like if you were going to make something up, maybe it would be less creative. But I don't know. GBH. I get frustrated too, but I really dislike these types of speculations and the victim blamey tone of these posts. So here's what's victim blaming. Oh yeah, if they get so much abuse, then why do they report? Sorry, my cat's literally laying right there and she yawned and she's being so cute. Then why did this minor one, compared to all of other abuses they claim, was the one that they actually reported to the police and got angry about? This just isn't how trauma works. You can't take more because you've been through serious shit as a young child. Minor new trauma can trigger old ones and get things mixed up in your head, and your feelings towards it can be seriously messed up or dissociated. And this person said, and this is apparently victim blaming, if they're enjoying having a real it's like they're enjoying having a real thing to be a victim, and getting off on having a good reason to act crazy and treat people like crap on their TikTok, knowing no one can tell them that they're acting insane. Okay, so this person says, yes, their behavior on TikTok has gotten increasingly unhealthy and mean. We can talk about that, but all of this is speculation. This might be the first real trauma. Do you guys think? I'm so sorry. I'll talk about it in a second. I just had a brain thing, but I'm in the middle of something. I can't just change the subject. That this might be the first real trauma is not only wrong, but adds nothing. There was a post about questioning the whole incident, the whole why didn't they report mess, and there's tons of reasons why people don't report a minor trauma as an adult. If this is played up, made up, it's messed up and harms survivors of abuse, but these speculative posts are hurtful to survivors too, but so far we don't know. Yeah. This person, wait, was this the original poster? No, it wasn't. The thing is that she did report this man and he's in jail, yet there is zero record of this event ever happening in her city as of now, which is very bizarre. Apparently all crimes of this nature happen in her city get publicly reported. Because of this, I wonder if that would happen if, like, you know what I mean? Like, do burglaries and stuff get reported? Because of this, I'd say it's fine for people to speculate whether or not it actually happened, considering DissociaDID has a history of lying about everything. Okay, or just exaggerating. I don't know when lying, like, I definitely think they lied about some stuff that was proven, but also a lot of it is just extreme exaggeration, like calling all of their past friends like abusers, and it's like, bro, you know, maybe they were. It's hard to trust someone who makes a career off of lying about having DID, chronic fatigue syndrome, and being stalked, and someone who's lied about being abused by people she simply doesn't, or no longer likes, i.e. braided, all these people. She's a serial liar who has hurt so many people with the disorder she pretends to have. Her being upset on TikTok isn't necessarily proof of SA. Someone coming to your house or someone scary talking near or outside your house is very well upsetting. We're talking about a person who made a video yelling and screaming at someone on this subreddit, accusing everyone here of SA and hurting CSA survivors, indirectly saying that we are unaliving them. Because, anyways. If I were an outsider, I'd believe she was a real DID survivor, with a bunch of people essaying her on Reddit, which isn't true. This video is still up, and she's no stranger to displaying intense emotions while simultaneously lying, which is Darvo. However, I do I do completely agree with your first point. Dissociation from your traumatic childhood can make you completely emotionally numb, leaving room for you to be very emotional about the new adulthood trauma. Then again, DissociaDID cried in a video disclosing all the kinds of traumas she allegedly went through as in childhood, which granted isn't very emotionally dissociated, but still your point stands. I've seen a couple of people on this subreddit say things that are really messed up, really messed the mark, and were kind of victim blaming, saying X or Y can't happen when it really does. It can hurt other victims. So true. I don't know. Are we over this one? I don't know what this is. I don't know. Because I haven't even clicked on this. What is this? Oh, I think this was like some random thing that is related to this, maybe? Okay. So this is our tinfoil hat moment type deal. This person has a theory that Team Pinata was the alleged stalker because of... Anyways, we're referring to this video for some reason right now.
Boy, problems I feel bad for you, hun. I got 99.
Reminder that you are just as whole, capable, and incredible without a partner. Okay. I mean, yeah. Hell yeah. Like, I don't know, though. What's the point? I don't know. Anyways, so people think that they had recently broken up with Team Pinata. People are saying I get the feeling that, see, I was liking these comments. I get the feeling that they only broke up in the last 3 to 2 months. Yeah, I'm thinking it didn't end on great terms. If calling TP a cheater is anything to go by, here's them saying Team Pinata cheated. Oh my God, let me see. That is just awful. Oh, but we can't watch this 15 minutes. Come on.
Sergio, the guy we were in court with, been doing, and it just freaked us out so much.
Right.
That now whenever we're on there, we're like, and then he copy and pasted the message. We know that you guys like to see that, so we will definitely post that on there. But it is.
Oh yeah, how did them being cheated on Team Pinata not come out until now? That's definitely something that would have been mentioned in the 4-hour video they did trying to make themselves look like a victim in the relationship, if that were true. Hear me out, it's a lie. Are they trying to turn Team Pinata into a villain? What is that? A villain? To make themselves look better after defending them. Suddenly their relationship with TP is why they're asexual. Suddenly TP has cheated on them, something that you'd think they'd milk when the breakup first happened. I mean, I guess they're kind of onto something here. Is Team Pinata, the way that they spoke about him in the 4-hour live stream is quite different to how they're speaking now. So, I mean, at the very least, maybe something happened and they were still in contact. Which, I don't know, I think maybe I was kind of naive enough to think that they just didn't have contact with him anymore, but whatever. You know? Wait, what is it? I want to find it. Wait, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Decided that what happened? Look like strawberries, man.
When did they talk about cheating?
Are sometimes called to other people, and we were that system's main support during everything, homelessness, abuse, because the memory would come up, and it went kind of crazy.
Oh well, sorry you guys.
Which was lucky for us, and he did diagnose us with DID. That was our first diagnosis of DID.
Just throwing that one in there again because it's so great to prove to everyone all the time.
Outdoors. You know, anybody could see. I remember like in 2020 and stuff like that, it was a big deal if we were able to go into the garden.
Describing what the alleged stalker did before it happened, confirming that we still live in. Oh, well, yeah.
Because we used to have this genuine fear that because we'd been doxxed and things like that, and people were so hateful, we would imagine any time we went outside or looked outside.
Damn, yeah, I would be afraid of people sending letters if you'd been doxxed, but it's like, I never thought someone would show up to your house.
Like that somebody from one of these hate sites or something like that was one of the past abusers.
Dude!
Come through our game and hurt us. And it's not
And it ended up being a rabid fan.
necessarily something that like that wouldn't have been impossible. In some study now, it's Kaya right now. Some memory of trigger warning. I'm not going to go into anything detail, but I will be using terms of things. Who has more memory of kidnappings.
Oh, okay, we're just talking about, like, past traumas. My bad about that. Okay. So anyways, back to our theory that, no, I don't even know. Do I believe this theory? Wait, we have to do more research and I'll let you know if I believe this theory. At this point, I 100% believe that DissociaDID and Team Pinata only officially broke it off recently, and I believe that DissociaDID used their alters are different people, fused alters and new splits are completely different people logic to justify the relationship to themselves. I used to think that please tell me you guys do this too. I can't read, like, yeah, I'm happy with how fast I'm reading anyways. I used to think them still being together was a tinfoil conspiracy, but this is way too convenient with them suddenly changing their tune about Team Pinata and talking about being single. Before this, any topic of relationship would come up and Kaya would say, I'm Arrow Ace, and leave it at that. Never, I'm single. Plenty of Arrow Ace people are in committed relationships with platonic life partners. Being Arrow Ace doesn't mean being single forever. Did they hint at a queer platonic relationship? Did they?
I might stay over tonight.
Why?
So we're girlfriend, boyfriend.
I'm sorry, headphone users. I don't know, it came out of my speaker loud. I can't imagine. I'm sorry.
I might stay over tonight.
Why?
So we're girlfriend, boyfriend.
To do what?
I'm actually not sure.
Oh, yeah. That's so funny. So yeah, this person says, I think their relationship with Team Pinata had continued either, but with the latest events, it surely doesn't seem like they recently ended it. I'm actually inclined to believe that Team Pinata was the stalker that they're talking about. In this light, it makes sense, including the lack of profile of police reports. Oh, yeah, I don't know, because then in that case, would you report someone you know? I don't know. Also, hi, Peniel Peggy, how are you doing? We've been referring to your comments. As someone who is asexual, it's so frustrating because I know if they fuse again or get in a relationship, they will suddenly drop the label, and we are constantly told it's just a phrase, or you just haven't met the right person, or flat out asexuality isn't real, and Kaya will play it directly into that. Yeah, their understanding of that seems to be about on par with their understanding of DID. What is this? Oh yeah, so this is when they had the whole stalker thing and they were like, getting so mad on social media because Jade came out. The latest person to F with us is in jail. We are done tolerating abuse from anyone. You are not the exception. This is your only warning from Jade. Yeah. You may have broken the law and tried to take Kaya, but if you mess with them, you mess with all— What? Well, yeah, I mean, if you try to take Kaya, you're trying to take everyone, because that's how DID works. They're not separate people. Hope you're enjoying your jail cell. I mean, yeah, people talk about how this was actually not really a safe thing to say. I don't know. Are they not afraid or scared about this? Protectors like Jade are not being good protectors. Like Jade are not exactly protecting effectively by making posts that could be seen as a challenge to others that do not have their address. Oh yeah, it can make people want to do copycat behavior, because some people, they enjoy the attention that they got, or they want the attention that others have gotten from being caught stalking or whatever happened, showing at people's front door. But they seem so comfortable making these types of videos. I've never had a stalker, but I do know people who have. You do not engage any way suggestively, aggressively, or whatsoever. The danger is very real. Although I think they are disgusting, I don't wish a stalker or abuse or any harm to them in any way, shape, or form. It shows how sick humans can be in this world. If you can think it, it's been done at least once in this world. True. It's odd to me that DissociaDID seems to think in a jail cell this won't get back to their alleged stalkers. They know people in They know people in jail and prison are allowed regular phone calls from the outside. If the alleged stalker has friends and family on the outside, they have probably been informed that DissociaDID is talking about them all over TikTok. Not to mention, alleged stalker is probably being informed all about this by their lawyer in preparation for Crown's Court. This is why abuse victims are careful even when their abusers are sent to jail, because what you say can always get back to them. And when they get out of jail or prison, well, baiting and making fun of them online is a very bad and dangerous idea and encourages copycats as well. This proves to others that you can easily get a reaction out of DissociaDID and superfans who will break the law to see their idol. That is really appealing to have DissociaDID talking about them all over social media, even if it's negative, because their idol is acknowledging them, which further makes them feel special. They're taking 0 steps to ensure their safety, instead inviting more dangerous. So many celebrities have been unalived by fans. They need to start taking their own safety more serious. DissociaDID is desperate for this is a commenter. DissociaDID is desperate for reactions because it's their entire livelihood. If we take their agoraphobia at face value, they don't go outside. They don't make meaningful connections with family, with friends. They don't have a day job to invest their attention into. The bedroom and their phone is their life. They hungrily attack dissenters like sharks smelling blood. Any trauma or potential trauma is exploited for attention and money. Okay. I mean, and then I guess another thing I kind of wanted to talk about before I end is how some people, DissociaDID's behavior during this time was kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but, pushing boundaries that I'm shocked that they pushed. For example, this person was replying to DissociaDID, and DissociaDID disagreed, so they said this.
Slow words for you, sweetheart. Our page. I'm going to use slow words for you, sweetheart, because you obviously lack basic reading comprehension or basic listening skills.
Like, bro, that's so rude and ableist, and not the way they raise their eyebrows. I can't deal with it. But it's like, it's so ableist. I'm done.
To DissociaDID, it's to Crowd Justice, which is a fundraising platform.
They're so mad. And they're so happy with themselves that they're like proving them wrong.
And us personally, separately, as part of the same case.
But look, you can tell that they're enjoying this, is my thing.
The legal case involves both us personally, like we are personally here on our personal account, and DissociaDID as a separate legal business entity. You know what DissociaDID is? Good for you. Then you will know that every single video we post, this is in the description, making sure that people...
Wait, just pay attention to the eyebrows.
Hard to read.
Oh, wait, is that rude? I feel I wasn't trying to be rude. I was more paying attention to, like, I don't know. I think maybe DissociaDID just, their eyebrows just move like that. In that case, that would be rude. I thought they were doing it on purpose. Oh my god. I'm so bad.
Another reason is because we say so. You've no right to tell other people what they can do with their voice, their face, and their content. I don't know you.
Oh my god, not the way they looked you up and down. Like, bro, you're not looking at them. It's like they're, I don't know, trying to intimidate.
Probably a draft dump coming, because if I keep holding on to these, my anxiety's just going to get the better of me, and then my system's going to be...
Okay, wait, no, I'm so happy we stumbled upon this. This was DissociaDID saying that their alters were going to get mad at them if they didn't post. Like, what?
I'm going to probably a draft dump coming, because if I keep holding on to these, my anxiety's just going to get the better of me, and then my system's going to be mad at me, so prepare yourself. For real, though, please watch for the trigger warnings. Some of these are heavy. Probably a draft.
Oh yeah, and then just posting a lot. I mean, I guess they always kind of posted about, like, their abuse and stuff.
That sometimes when you fuck around, you find out.
I've been saying this for years, loudly. I make TikToks about it.
Very angry DissociaDID. Okay, sorry. We're kind of wrapping up, though, right now, to be honest. Wait, what's this?
Complete stranger. I'm so sorry that people abusing us is so inconvenient for you.
Yeah, just that behavior. I kind of don't even want to watch it. It makes me uncomfortable.
You poor tortured soul. How will you ever recover? I fail to see how any of you...
Dude, not the way that they... Oh my god, it just feels like they practice their facial expressions. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of it, you guys. TBH. I'm over it. Oh my god, wait, are you kidding me? This whole time, could I have put my chat on the screen? I don't know. That's way too smart person thing for me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I probably said some misinformation or did time stuff wrong, but I hope that you guys have a fantastic... Oh my god, is it Wednesday? It is so Wednesday today. And anyways, so... Oh yeah, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on, and comment below. It helps with the algorithm. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Do you think it's appropriate for people to question where DissociaDID is? Do you think that their fans deserve an explanation? Or do you think... I don't know. Do you think that... I had another one too. Why do you think they're on a hiatus was my question. Because I don't know. Maybe I should give my thoughts. I think they're dealing with something from the crowd, like justice, with the stalker or with Sergio, to be honest. And I think they're not telling their fans because they either can't, but it's more likely that they're manipulating, to be honest. But that's just my thoughts. I don't know. I really don't. I'm just speculating. And anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, or whatever the case may be. And peace out. Wait, can I do this?